Welcome, my gamer tag is Cowboy Tori and I make game related videos. In the previous vlog I explained that the zombie or Cordyceps outbreak as portrayed in the HBO show The Last of Us is highly implausible based on the rules set forth by the show itself. In this vlog, however, I will show how with a minor change the show could have made the worldwide outbreak possible and plausible. The show states that the first Cordyceps infections took place in Indonesia, where Cordyceps spores were detected in a mill in the flour. Flour is created by grinding grains, roots, beans, nuts or seeds. Wheat is also often used to create flour, so it's possible that Cordyceps first got root in wheat and through the flour got into our food chain. Now, the idea of having a first infection through the food chain is excellent, as this can go unnoticed for a while. However, the showrunners failed to take into account the time it takes for products to get shipped around the world. Outbreaks would occur first in countries close to the region where Cordyceps for the first time invaded the food chain, giving other countries ample time to react and try to prevent local outbreaks. We all already have experienced a similar situation with the COVID pandemic, where it takes time for a virus to spread across the country. For example, take the clip playing now in the background showing the spread of COVID in time across the USA. COVID entered the States on January 23rd with the first recorded infection, portrayed in orange. It took until March 18th for the disease to cover the entire mainland. The same would have happened with the contaminated food products. Heck, even within the USA, it takes 4 to 6 days for a truck to drive from the west to the east coast. So there would have been Cordyceps outbreaks in LA before there was an outbreak in Miami. Based on the rules set forth by the show, the Cordyceps infection would have evolved a lot like the COVID pandemic. As it spread across the world, more and more countries would take measures like quarantines and removing the contaminated food from the shelves to prevent local outbreaks. If you want an outbreak as portrayed in the show to work, you need to think big and different. You need to think about New Coke.
There's never been a better taste. There's never been a better Coke. Introducing the greatest taste discovery in 100 years. Introducing the new taste of Coca-Cola. A taste that is Coke and everything a Coke means. A taste that's very familiar yet totally new. A taste so good, so real, it couldn't be anything but a Coke. The great new taste of Coke. Watch for it, try it, and enjoy the best tasting Coke ever.
Some background information first. In 1985, the Coca-Cola company announced they would change the syrup formula for Coca-Cola, dubbing the Coke New Coke. It was part of a large marketing worldwide campaign. Sadly, the new taste could not endear the public, and much to the amusement of its competitor Pepsi, Coca-Cola had to withdraw the new Coke from market and reinstate the old syrup formula. Imagine this launch now taking place in the year of The Last of Us. A new Coke scenario would easily explain and allow for a near simultaneously worldwide outbreak. First of all, Coca-Cola is based on a syrup produced only in the United States. That syrup is then distributed worldwide to bottlers who add the water and bottle the syrup into the cola bottles as we know them. This would allow the Cordyceps contaminated syrup not only to originate from one single location, it would also allow it to get spread across the globe. Second, being a new worldwide product launch, it would not be unheard of that marketing would demand that the new Coke gets released on the same day for the general public across the world. That would also help explaining why the outbreaks happen almost simultaneously across the globe, preventing governments from taking a unified action against the infection. Third reason, being a popular product, a lot of people would consume it, creating plenty of Cordyceps zombies to cause havoc and mayhem during an outbreak. And the fourth and final reason why a Coke scenario would work is what happens afterwards. If Cordyceps entered the food chain through contaminated food products like wheat, there is no guarantee that wheat is safe once the outbreak is over. There might still be infected wheat around that will continue to turn people in Cordyceps zombies. Whereas with the Coke infection, Cordyceps would disappear out of the food chain since there is nobody to produce new Coke. What do you think? Would a new Coke style infection better explain the events in the show? Let me know what you think in the comment sections. Thank you for watching. Good evening. good night, and see you in the next video.